I'm trying to cuss a little less. Um, okay, welcome back. Uh, I haven't posted an episode in a really long time. I know that. So today is our new episode, and I would like to get it down to posting every single Tuesday. However, I don't know how. Also, those aren't bugs. That's dust, because there's a lamp on, and it's just enhancing the dust. But I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, y'all. You hear me? Okay. All right. We're gonna get into it in a second here. Sorry, the audio is just weird. Hello, hello. All right. So we are going to talk about my childhood because it's all about me. um, I'm joking. It's a joke. It it's not all about me. Okay, it's not all about me. It's about you. It's about you. I just want to share my childhood with you because if I'm not oversharing my trauma on the internet, then what the fuck are you doing? Sorry, let me mute that. Mute that real quick. Okay, so um, let's get into it, shall we? Um, so all the people that I'm going to talk about today, obviously it's not the same names that have been used. That it's not their real names. I'm obviously going to change all the names, and if um, you're listening, if somebody that I'm about to talk about is listening to this right now, keep on listening. Buckle in. Okay, sorry, I don't know where that cut off. I got a phone call. But yeah, last episode I started talking about my childhood and how that was for me, and I didn't really finish that thought. Now that I'm realizing it, because I did watch the last episode before I started filming this, and I very much started a big conversation and then I walked away and did not finish it. And I am very sorry, okay? I'm very sorry. Maybe I will crush up some Adderall in my applesauce and bring you some better content. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. So yeah, we're gonna talk about my childhood. Okay? Are you excited for that? Cause I'm fucking stoked. Fuck, I gotta stop cussing. Um, So, also, don't be creepy. I have a top on. Don't be creepy. I got a lot of very not so PG-13 emails, and I don't appreciate them. Um, so, let's get into it, shall we? I believe I left off where I was just like, my parents got divorced. Um, you know, let's start over. Let's regain our focus here. Let's finish this up, wrap this up, and then we'll move on to the next. So I guess my childhood started off pretty janky, pretty okay, pretty janky. Because my father, my dad, I love him. My daddy, my superhero. He was a big factor in my life. He is a big factor in my life. A lot of my personality comes from him. A lot of my beliefs come from him. I love him so much. Maybe I'll link his Twitch in my bio. I mean, in the bio, and you guys can go watch his streams. He's pretty funny. He's a fun guy. He's a pretty fun guy. But yeah. So growing up, I was really dependent on my dad. I was really close with my dad. I was basically stuck at his fucking hip. Like if he had a nipple that produced breast milk, I would have been sucking it. But he was pretty dope. I loved him. I'm talking about him like he died. He's fine. He's perfectly fine. Um, but yeah, okay. Let's start at like elementary school. In elementary school, I was off. I don't know. I was never quiet. I was never a quiet kid. I always had something to say, which was which is probably a big character flaw for me today as somebody who is now older and is not a elementary school child. But yeah, I always have something to say. In my head, I was never like, like. Granted, I thought about the things that I was going to say before I said them. Like that was never like, obviously, bitch. Sorry. Let's try that again. Obviously, I'm thinking, so I'm you know, I'm putting shit together in my head. I'm putting it together. Oh my God, I'm just having a hard time cussing. Hard time not cussing. Um, Also, okay, I'm sorry, wait. I don't want you to think that just because I cuss, I am disrespectful, or I am juvenile, or I am a delinquent, or it takes away. Don't don't get lost in, I'm obviously going to try to stop cussing because I obviously don't. I want you to focus on my message. I don't want you to focus on my cursing. However, don't get caught up in that. It's like when your parents are yelling at you and your dad is screaming at you at the top of his fucking lungs, like he is just like, you can see the smoke coming out of his ears, but you know that he just loves you, like he just cares about you. So don't get caught up in translation. But obviously I will cater and try my very best to stop cussing. It's been such a normalized thing for me growing up because my dad always thought that if there was something going on that you needed to express yourself vulgarly, did I use that word right? Vulgarly? Vul- Vulgarly, if you need to express yourself that way, by all means, please do. And so, growing up, I was always welcome to cuss if I felt that I needed to. Like, if something was super fucking serious, I would use the words that I needed to use in order to show you how extreme that situation truly was. So, I do apologize for the cussing because I've gotten a couple of emails from a couple of angry moms about cussing. And I am sorry, Samantha, and I love you, and I love God just as much as you do, but these are very severe situations, and I need to use very severe language to express myself on how the situation went down. However, I will try my very best to cut it out because I know it's not ideal. So yeah, elementary school, I always had something to say, and I didn't really have that many friends because my birthday. Okay, this also doesn't have anything to do with me not having friends. My birthdays were always at the end of the year during summer because my birthday is in June, and so I never like when you're in elementary school, like you're not inviting your elementary school friends to come hang out with you during the weekend. Like you are chilling with them during 6 hours of the day, and then don't see me Saturday, Sunday, leave me alone. And so I was never like, hey, girly, come to my birthday party. We're gonna get fucked up, bitch. Yeah, I never really had that. And a lot of my birthday parties were really like shitty. Like, thank God, I've always had a birthday. Every single year, I've had a birthday. So I'm highly, 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 highly appreciative of that. And I wouldn't trade it for for the world. For the world. I'm sorry, for the world. However, there were a few times where, you know, we could have thought things out a little bit, a little further, or, a little longer, if you will. Um, so first grade, second grade, things were pretty good. I spent a lot of my elementary days experiencing my parents argue. Not just like in the sense of like, I mean, I couldn't sleep last night because mommy and daddy were yelling. No, more in the sense of like my mom packed all her shit and we've been kicking it in a Walmart parking lot for the past 4 hours and I don't know what's going on. More like that. And I'm gonna tell you that story. So basically, let's see if I can remember, because this was a long time ago, and this was one of the many fights. But there was an incident between my mom and my dad where things got really heated, and we left. Yeah, we left. Or no, my mom kicked my dad out, and like I said, I was very like, where you go, I go. You think this guy is green? Bitch, me too. And so I was like, oh my god, where are you going? Let me pack a bag first. And so, um, this was one of the moments in my life that really altered my perspective that I didn't realize until a couple of years later, because this is obviously not the first time that my mom has thrown my dad out of the house. That had happened several times before this and after this incident. And each time I was always, adamant on going with my dad because I was like, girl, me, stay here, would you? I don't know if I'm gonna see another day. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go with my dad. And every single time I chose to go with my dad, But keep in mind, he's getting kicked out, right? So she's holding it down. She's at the crib. We're either in the truck or at a park. And what altered my perspective is that each time that this happened and that I decided to go, my mother never pulled out to be like, oh, you know what? If you guys are both gonna go, fuck, I guess you guys can just stay. Like, she never put her pride down to be like, to take a couple of steps back and realize, oh shit, I am making a really big deal out of nothing. Like, I don't want to risk, like, when she weighed out her pride and her pride ended up being heavier than her love. And that's what altered my person. My ah ah. Thank you. That's what. Try this again. Try this again. That is what altered my perspective for years after. Thank you. Thank you. Um. Yeah. And so back to what I was saying. And they had gotten into a bad argument. I packed my bag. I had gone with him, and we had the truck, and she was at home. And we had parked on the top of a Walmart parking lot, and we were just chilling there. You know, we bought some Pop Tarts. I peed like 6 times, and we're just chilling. And keep in mind, the next day I have school, and I believe I'm in the 6th grade while this is going on. So I'm fresh, you know. I just made it out of fucking elementary school. Shit is already tough enough, and they are pulling this. Jesus Christ, can a man get one fucking minute of peace? If you know where that's from, I love you, bad. I love you, real bad. But yeah. So and um, something that I remember about this incident that like stuck with me for a really long time was I had a friend at the time, and I mean, we're still friends today. I talk to her sometimes, but we're not like super close. And I had told her what was going on with my parents. And keep in mind, I'm like super young. Or well, like my mind is young because at the time I'm like 12, but like mentally I'm like mentally I'm still like 10 because I'm regressing because everything is getting so scary. So I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna regress back to what I know. I don't know this. I don't understand this. So I'm just gonna go back to what I know. I'm gonna go back to my roots. And I'm like, innocently texting my friend, just telling her what's going on because this is like the first couple of friends that I've had in a really long time. And we've had our differences. She said some things to me that I really don't appreciate, and I've heard of some things said about me that I also don't appreciate. But it is what it is. People talk a lot of shit, whatever. And she was like, "Wow, Taylor, I'm really sorry to hear that, but I can ask if you want to spend the night. I can ask if you can spend the night here." And it really touched my soul, my heart, my mind, my body because I had only known this girl for maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks pushing it. And the fact that she was so willing to offer me a place to sleep, and I was just really appreciative of that, because I was like, wow, that's never really never really had friends like that before. And so that was something that was um that was a bright side of that. That was very sweet. And me and that girl ended up being friends for a little bit longer after that. But you know another thing that happened when I started 6th grade was I got okay, warning, not in the sense of like this is gonna make you want to kill yourself, but like this is just a little touchy. And if you know me personally, you don't really have to listen to this if you don't want to. You can feel free to skip ahead and not have to listen to this. But I'm going to share this just to give you perspective. Not, I mean, take it how you please. Um, yeah, to keep things light. Basically, all that happened is when I was in the 6th grade, my parents split up. Or did I mention that? Yeah, I did, right? My parents split up during Christmas when I was in the 6th grade. And I'm young. So 6th grade for me was middle school. It wasn't like another year of elementary school. It was a middle school, fresh into middle school. And I'm already scared enough because I feel like people don't like me as is. And I went into middle school and I was like 5'2", pushing 200 pounds, and I had braces. So as you can see, it just wasn't a good. It just wasn't the Rick was not rolling for me. You get what I'm trying to say? And obviously, I had problems at home. I had shit going on at home, and I didn't really. Sorry, I didn't really feel like I related to like my peers because like I was friends with a lot of people who like didn't have problems at home. You know, like their biggest problem was like fighting for their right to have the last bit of fucking fish sticks at the end of the night. So I just really didn't. I just really was not feeling it. You know, I was not feeling it, and I don't think they were feeling me. And yeah, so I got infatuated with some 18-year-old, and I was. It was really. I don't think I've ever really like talked about this like to my parents, but it was never. Obviously, they know about this. They know about this. I dragged everybody through the fucking mud with this shit. But yeah, it was really innocent because I didn't really want a boyfriend. I didn't really want like sex or like love or shit like well not love, but sex. I didn't want sex. I didn't want a boyfriend. I wasn't like, oh my god, I am I'm just gonna fuck you. Like that was not my intentions whatsoever, to be fucking clear. I I literally I also think I touched on this last episode. I was like talking about him and I was like, shout out to him. I'm pretty sure as a kid now. But I just wanted somebody to understand that I wasn't fucking crazy, that I wasn't insane. And at the time, I had pushed my dad away because I didn't want to. He was just making me mad, He was making me mad. I was 12 fucking years old. The whole world felt like it was crumbling in front of me. And I was like, you know what? I gotta go do my thing. I gotta go fucking do my own shit. And I met him. We hung out like twice. And then eventually I like broke the news that I was like 12. This cannot be happening. And I moved on from that. But not to say that whilst it was happening, it got really ugly. Whilst it was happening, it got super fucking ugly. I said some things, I did some things that I don't regret, but I do wish that I would have thought through before I had followed through. You know what I'm saying? And he is fuck, I keep moving my headphones. He's obviously my rear view mirror, Um, you're about to watch me complain. I mean, not complain. You're about to watch me fuck with my hair for the next like 2 solid minutes. So, if you don't want to see that, go ahead and skip. But I don't know why. I don't know what my problem was, but I couldn't stand my bangs last night. It was really bothering me, and I apologize. I would cut it. I would cut it. Okay, hear me out. I would cut it, but I want you to hear what I'm saying while I'm touching my hair, so I'm not gonna cut it. But I do apologize for that. Okay, continue. Enjoy. I haven't spoken to that man since the day that I told him I was a minor. But I only bring that up because as a child, you're so afraid of your parents, or like, yeah, you're so afraid of your parents and how they're gonna react, or like, oh my god, you're gonna ground me forever and I'm never gonna see the light of day again, and you're gonna hate me, and I can't tell you about this because you're gonna hate me and you're gonna think I'm a whore and you're never gonna love me again. Bitch, bitch, be for real. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, obviously I felt that way too. Obviously I was super fucking scared, and I was like super like embarrassed. There we go. There's the word. I was embarrassed because I really didn't. I really didn't mean. I'm sorry. It's hot. Can you just not be a creep? Um, I really didn't mean for things to go that the way that they did. You know what I'm saying? I really. I thought that I was just going to be able to like, ooh, get what I wanted out of it and be fucking done with it. But that's that was not the way the cookie was crumbling for me. That was not the way the cookie was crumbling. And my moral to that story is that regardless of how scared you are, sorry, I really don't like the way my hair looks, like at all. But I'm not gonna stop this whole podcast to do my hair. Do I want to? Yes. Will I ever come back to this seat? No. So we need to stay on track. Put the fucking brush down, Taylor. Okay, sorry. Jesus Christ. Alright, I needed that. I'm sorry, I needed it. I needed it. I literally was looking crazy. Okay, but yeah, my moral to that story is no matter how fucking afraid you are, no matter how much you think they're gonna hate you, or that they're never gonna love you again, or like, I don't fucking know, they're gonna put you in a box, put you for fucking adoption. Like, whatever the case may be, know that at the end of the day, that's your parents, and they're not going to hate you, and they love you, you know? And I know some parents are not all like that. Does that make sense? Some parents are not all like that. If you don't stop fucking with your hair, I swear to God. I really don't. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. Stop touching it. Stop touching it. Stop touching it. Okay. All right. Stop touching your hair. Stop touching your hair. Stop touching your hair. Stop touching it. I can't. I literally can't. God, I sound crazy. Am I gonna leave this in? Probably. Okay. But yeah, don't be afraid to tell your parents shit. Because I obviously, like I said, I was super fucking scared and embarrassed. Embarrassed, bitch. That is embarrassing. I was embarrassed. But, however, I was like, you have to forgive me, girl. You have to. You have to. Like, you cannot hate me forever. And moral of the story is, I obviously ended up telling them, and they were not happy with me. But they, I'm sorry, not they. He, my father, my dad, he understood. He understood where I was coming from. He knew that I meant no harm, that it was just a fucked up situation, which is great, which was great. And I appreciate it every single day because now I don't have any kids, okay? I don't have any kids. However, I do think that it's very important to accept your kids as they are. And I don't mean like oh, your kid wants to drop out of college and be a fucking rock star, you better fucking swallow that pill down, Bethany. No, that's not what I mean. Or I can't do it with the fucking bangs anymore. I tried. I can't do it. I literally, they're so ugly and I hate them so much. Sorry, it just bugs me out. I don't hate them and they're not ugly. It's annoying because it's like, it's all over my. Why am I ranting about this? This is not what I came here to talk about. I did not come here to talk about my hair. But yeah, like I said, I think it's very important to accept your kids as they are, in the sense of like, your kid doesn't really like the same shit as you. Okay, be okay with that. Cater to your kid. Like, your kid is gonna fuck up. You're going to fuck up. You're a child. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fuck up, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. It's not about how many times you fucked up or how many times you've been put down. How many times are you gonna get up? How many times are you gonna dust yourself off and get up? Because after that, after that incident, the whole 18-year-old um, Chris Hansen type beat. But after that, I shaved my head. Yeah, I know. I was just not having a great time, so I shaved my head. It was kind of just to make my mommy mad because I had asked for a pair of shorts that were, I guess they were kind of boyish. It was like jorts were just starting to come around and I really wanted these shorts and I had asked for them and she made like a big stink about it because they were boy shorts, and that really ticks me off. That statement alone really ticks me off because I will give you $1 million if you can show me where the penis is on where the male genitals are on these shorts. If you can show that to me, I will drop a whole mill right now, no questions asked. um, so yeah, I ended up shaving my head, and I came home. I showed my dad. I told my dad. I explained it all to him, and he loves me, just the way that I was. Obviously, he was like, "Oh, bitch, you crazy, crazy." Okay, all right, but naturally, he was not gonna be like, "Bitch, I banish you. Get out. You're done." And obviously, he welcomed me back with open arms. Even after the 18-year-old situation, he welcomed me back with open arms. And I know I know it is really like annoying to be a child and to be told what to do, when to do, how to do. But to be real, like this is the easiest part of your life. Truly. Like Do you remember when you were a little kid and your mom was like, you'd be like watching TV and she'd be like, "Yo, shower, bro. Fuck is you doing on the couch?" Or you'd be eating dinner and she'd be like, "Come on, you think you're gonna stay up all night? Let's go. We're on a schedule here, people." That kind of like schedule and stability and there's a different word for it. I can't remember. There's a different word for it. But that kind of stuff is something that you're not going to be able to find in the real world. You know, once you're an adult, once you're past the age of 18, maybe you'll find a significant other to do it for you, maybe, but they're not going to be there forever. You know, you're not always going to have somebody there to be like, hey, wake up. Hey, go to bed. Hey, eat dinner. Hey, take a shower. So I feel like now, and I know this is really controversial, but I feel like now is a very like I love being a kid. I don't know about you, but I fucking love it. I love it. I live for it because it's like we go out and I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungry, feed me. They feed me. We go out and I'm like, I want this, you buy it for me, and they buy it for me. And it's like naturally like I have to do other things in order to get that kind of treatment. But like you give some, you get some back. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. And with my dad, it has always been give me what I want and I'll give you what you want. And I mean, so far, it's been going pretty well. It's been going pretty well. Matter of fact, a couple of times here and there, I get what I want and I don't give him what he wants, you know? Don't tell him that. Um, but yes, you know, sometimes it's okay to just be like, "Oh, okay, I'm not going to put up a fight." Like, it's all right to just be like, okay, I guess I can't go out today. I only say that because, like, sorry, this is for my candles. I don't want you to think that I'm a drug addict. But I only say that because I know that our generation is very quick to fight. We're very quick to be like, no, I don't think so. Very quick to be like, really? Really? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having some fight in you, you know? You need it. Everybody needs some fight in them. But there's also nothing wrong with being like, all right, whatever. Or like, you know what, that's fine. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Like, there was a quote on Facebook a couple of years back, and it was like, if you think 2 plus 2 is 5, then that's fine with me, you know, figure it out. Which is fine. Like I said, which is fine. Sometimes it's okay to just be like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No. But yes, those are like incidents in my childhood that like made me and gave me what I need and who I am today. You know, like without having to go through those things or without having to endure any of those things, I don't think that I'd be half the person that I am today. And I like who I am today. You know, granted, I have some things that I don't like about me, and there are some things that you probably don't like about me. You know, get in line, leave a comment. However, I like who I am. You know, I like what I've become. Do I want more? Do I want better? Of course, of course. But I like what I've become so far. And I just want you to know, I want you guys to know that it is okay to make mistakes and make amends. That is okay. That you're obviously not going to be perfect all the time, every chance you get, you know? Like even at school sometimes. At school it feels like you know, I'm so stupid. I don't understand what's going on the board. What's wrong with me? Everybody else in the classroom gets it, but me. What's wrong with me? Something is wrong with me. And I only say this because I was that kid. I still am that kid. I genuinely feel like the entire class, the entire school, matter of fact, the entire grade level understands what the teacher is saying, what everybody is teaching. You guys all get it. You are all in a private secret group chat without me praising one another because you understand. And here I am not understanding. And for a while I was like, oh my god, that's everybody's fault because it's everybody's fault because why is she only explaining it in the way that they understand? But I know that my generation, hi, how are you? Hi. Oh, y'all don't like to ask questions, huh? Y'all don't want to be that one person in the room to be like, excuse me, I'm gonna need you to run that back. I'm gonna need you to run that back all the way. All the way. We need to go all the way. Like a lot of you don't want to be that person, which is really strange to me, because like in our generation, being the main character, ugh, that's really idolized. You know what I mean? Bitches want to be the main character. They want to be the center of attention at all times. But when it is time to speak up, no, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will go to hell and back to fight a stupid opinion on Twitter. But go ahead and get up and let that bitch know you want some ketchup. Let's see it. Let's see it happen, partner. Let's see it happen. Like, you get what I'm trying to say. You get the like the not the ratio, but the the I don't know the word. I'm sorry. I can't come up with the word, but you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, you're willing to fight for that, but you're not willing to fight for like simple things. You know what I mean? Like, and like, as somebody who is very like of, I will avoid conflict, or not conflict. Yeah, conflict. I will avoid conflict at any degree. Like, not in the sense of like, oh my fucking god, there's a problem that I have to deal with, but I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna walk away. No, not in like a procrastinating way. Just like, yo, if the crazy crackhead outside of 7-Eleven is losing his mind, maybe we shouldn't point at him and laugh. I don't know, like maybe we don't point our fingers at crazy people. Maybe we should avoid that. But no, no, a lot of people are willing to deal with that, but not willing to deal with things that truly matter. Which is all right, I suppose. It's fine. It's just strange, It's just really strange. Um, so yeah, I've touched on my childhood. I've touched on the fact that I think people are weird. And don't be afraid of your parents. Don't be afraid of your parents. The worst they can do is murder you. And you know what? They'll spend the rest of their life in jail. Granted, you'll be dead, but they'll be in jail. That's worse. What else? Uh, you know, let's talk about social media. Let's talk about social media. So on social media, the concept, let's take Instagram for example, okay? The concept of Instagram is to post pictures and show everybody how perfect your life is and how perfect their life is not, correct? Down to from the fitness accounts to the Instagram bad bitches to the F boys making thirst traps on TikTok. I mean, on Instagram. Down to those. Down to the very 5-minute crafts of some mom transferring from Facebook to Instagram, making that transition. Down to that. Social media is extremely toxic. Not in like a pick me bitch way, but truly, it truly is like so terrible. Um, because these are our most influenceable ages. Like, you know what I mean? Like, from your teen years that's your most influenceable. If somebody told you fucking Superman was real, you better goddamn believe it. No, I'm joking. But you're very easily influenceable when you're a teenager because everything is so pretty, everything is so great, and you haven't really picked up the concept of everything that glitters isn't gold yet. Because like temptation feels good, must be good for me. I'll take it. And that is very worrisome in very many ways because number one, what the hell? You know what I mean? What the hell? Number two, it's very worrisome because like mental health is very much overlooked for a lot of kids, and fuck. Okay, this is gonna sound really fucked up. This is gonna sound really fucked up, but I'm gonna say it anyways because here at Yana, we are all about honesty. We are about keeping it 110%. Okay? You even dream about telling a lie. Better wake up and apologize. Better wake up and douse yourself in the truth. You hear me? But social media, okay. Social media is really bad for kids around my age, around your age, around our age. I'm also assuming that you're like 15 watching this, so but social media is really bad for us, for our generation, because a lot of A lot of people from our generation, God, I don't want. So okay, let's say I am a let's say I'm a 12-year-old boy. Okay, let's say I'm a 12-year-old boy, and I am just not having a great time. You know, I am not getting the hose or the woman, and I am just drying out here. It's a drought. Okay, it's a drought. And I'm scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, and I'm like, man, this is so depressing. I don't have a girlfriend. I can't get any girls. Like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And then I see a TikTok or an Instagram post that says something like, if you as a boy ever felt like you didn't fit in or you couldn't pull girls, you might be gay. And here's why. And I'm not okay. And let's say this boy reads this, goes down the row, and he's like, shit, yo, I'm gay. And this little boy has never touched pussy since the day that he was born, wouldn't know what pussy was if it came and punched him in the throat. But he is 100% sure, concrete guarantee right now, that he is gay. And I know, okay, hear me out, okay? I know that I'm not saying that is like a TikTok or a Instagram post that you would see, but I'm just saying that these kids don't even understand what they want. Like a lot of us, a lot of you, even like as teenagers, like 15, 16, 17, a lot of you guys don't know what you want. Don't know what you want to be. You are unsure of where you want to be, how you want to get there, why you want to be there, and how long you want to be there for. You know? And I can prove that to you by you can go ask any teenager that's about to go out and hang out with their friends, what time are you gonna be home? I don't know. I know 2 or 3. I know 3 or 4. I don't know how long it's supposed to last. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine because as a child, you don't know. As a child, you don't know. But not knowing, having the absence of that certainty, and then having social media shove it down your throat, and then you believe that that's what you want. But is that what you want, or is that what somebody told you that you want? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I have nothing against like the LGBTQ, the gays, whatever. I love you all. You're all beautiful people. I love you. But I do have a problem with not letting people figure out what they really want first, you know? Because it's like, here, you can continue on the path that you're on and feel nothing but pain and agony, or you can come with me and I'll give you a cookie. Obviously, they're going to be like, I'll go with you. And it just bugs me because it's like, is that really what you want? Is this really who you want to be? Is it? Or did you just see somebody else doing it and now you believe that's what you have to be? You know? Because like a lot of kids, like, even let's go beyond that. Like let's touch on the wannabe gangbangers of our generation, okay? Saw some guy on MTV sagging his pants, wearing a fucking bandana. Suddenly you're a pimp named Slickback. Like, and I'm pretty sure I touched on this in my last podcast as well. But social media is like, social media molds you into believing that you want what everybody else wants, you want this, and my proof behind that is, could you imagine how different, like, let's think about like our grandparents, okay, and then let's think about like us, like the way that we dress, the way that you're dressed, the way that you're dressed as a teenager in this generation is influenced by social media, so like what you're wearing, your grandma isn't necessarily going to be wearing the same thing that gives off the same vibe, okay, but look how different they are without it. And then look how different we are with it, you know? Like, it's just a big difference with and without. And I guess, like, over the years, we've been like, oh, whatever, it's not that big of a deal, Who cares? Who cares? It's just social media, whatever. But it really takes a toll. It really takes a toll because now there's a lot of kids who are pushing so hard to be somebody that they're not, and their pride is so up there already, it's like, well, how could they stop? How could I stop now? I've come so fucking far. And it's like, you know that one J. Cole song where he's like, the good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong fucking way. Like, that's dead ass what I'm talking about right now, because it's like, you see it on social media, you see it on TV. That's what I want to be. I want to be that. I want to be that. There's nothing that's gonna stop me. I want to be that. And then the next day you watch a different show and you're like, oh, fuck that, fuck that. I want to be this. I want to be this. This is great. I want to do this. Like, you gotta let people. You gotta get a taste of what you really want to do before you start claiming that's what you want or that's who you are. You know, and like I don't know. I only touch on that because I see it a lot. Because I see it a lot in a lot of people, that they are someone that they are very flamboyant to be, very open about, very like expressive, very adamant on that's who they are, that's the personality that they stand on. But then it's like you start peeling away the layers and the paint starts coming off, you know? Like you start seeing what the paint color was underneath that. You know, maybe the car wasn't white, maybe the car was actually gray. And like, I only mean that in the sense of like, as if it's like a facade, as if it's a facade to be somebody, because you know, you can judge me for being a fake wannabe gangster, but it's fine because you'll never know who I truly am. So you'll never truly have that, give that to people. You know, you are a great, beautiful, bright, brilliant person, and you need to give people the right, the not the right, the privilege. You need to give people the privilege of getting to know that person, because you let people get so comfortable with this who you are in front of them, but I'm not that behind closed doors, you know? For what? For what? Who are you keeping that facade up for you or for them? Because I think that like you know when girls laugh and they're like and they're covering their teeth. I think I think people should cut that shit out. You know, I think that everything is beautiful in its own way. In its own way. I don't mean any bullshit like everybody is beautiful. Everybody is perfect. No, everybody is beautiful in their own way, and I think that people need to stop hiding who they truly are within something that they're truly not. You know, because a lot of good people, a lot of good personalities get overlooked, get washed out because people are like, oh no, that person is weird, this and that and the third, blah 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 blah. You know, and they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to be around you because of that facade that you let up. And it's like, what's the point of not being yourself because you're afraid people aren't gonna like you, and so you try to be somebody else and they also don't like you? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you might as well just be yourself and let people not like that. And and I think it's so sad because it's like, especially like for boys, like there will be, how do I say this, like if you go up to a guy and you're like, hey, I really like your hair, it's really nice, and he's like, no, actually it's really ugly, he starts putting his hood on, or he like puts a hat on. Somebody in his life, I guess this isn't just for boys, this is for everyone, but somebody in his life was like, hey, you guys fucked up hair, yo. And he has held that with him from since he had heard it to now. And now it's going to affect how he loves and how the people love him, or how his people love him, which is sad, which is heartbreaking to me. And I'm not saying, you know, don't bully anybody, don't be mean to anybody. Yo, if there's some shit you want to say, call that shit out, by all means. But I am saying to consider the words that you choose to share with others. Because sometimes you can't take it back. You cannot take that shit back. And as somebody who has been like, I was bullied my entire childhood. Like, my entire childhood. Like, if it wasn't the kids at school, yo, it was my dad at home. And so, with that being said, there's nothing really that can be said to me that I haven't already really heard. You know, because like my dad is like, he has no filter, none, like zero, and so he be letting me have it sometimes. You know what I'm trying to say? Which is fine, and I appreciate that because now I can endure more things, but just be thoughtful about what you say to people. Because like, oh, it doesn't it's free to be nice. It doesn't cost any money to be nice, and then there's always that one guy. Oh, it's free to be mean. Is it? Is it free to be mean? Because you point one finger and three fingers point back at you. So is it really free to be mean? You know? But it hurts my heart because it's like these are kids, these are your peers shitting on each other. And it's like crabs in a bucket, crabs in a bucket. Your own homie will stand on your fucking head and crawl his way out of the bucket just to get out. It doesn't matter who you are to him. You know what I mean? Put his whole fucking ankle in your eye just to get out. And if you're stuck in there, that doesn't matter. Who cares? And those are the people that you decide to embed yourself within. And then those same people shit on you. you know? Because, like, yeah, they know you the best, they know you the most, my homies, my home dogs. But, like, if they had to choose between you and money, what do you think they would choose? And I know the common thought is like, oh, yo, if I had to choose between my homie and 2 mil, my homie would just have to understand. No, no, that's weird. That's weird. Just gonna put that out there. If your significant other or your homie or your situationship, whatever, would choose money over you, would choose any X, if there was any X amount of money that your significant other or partner or whoever you hold close to your heart would choose over you, that's a red flag. That's a red flag on its own. Because if you value money so much that you would hold it, you would put the relationship that you have with me on the line for money, something that is so meaningless that if the zombie apocalypse came tomorrow, money would be useless. Shout out to Zombieland. And you're gonna put that over me? Okay, all right. That for me, that's a red flag. For me, I would consider that a very faulty character, a very faulty man, a very faulty woman. But yeah, at the end of the day, you need to just learn how to be yourself. And I don't mean that in a corny way. I don't mean that in like the poster on the wall in your mom's bathroom, like not like that. Like truly, just be yourself. And like obviously, like I struggle with it still. Like I still struggle to like keep keep my genuine self up because like I'll find myself in moments where I'm like, oh, shit, maybe I should tone it down. Maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I need to just be quiet. Maybe I need to just close my trap. But then at the end of the day, or like not at the end of the day, but like when I get to those moments, I'm like, I really want to shut up though, because life is all about being weird and being annoying and being obnoxious. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Life is not about being hot or being the main character. Oh my god, or how many boyfriends can I have versus how many boyfriends can you have? No. Life is about being weird, obnoxious, and fucking annoying. Okay? And so I will take my opportunity to be annoying and to be obnoxious and to be loud and to be irritating and just for one person in the room to be like, oh my god, can this bitch shut the fuck up already? Because that's who I am. That's what I am. That's who I am, you know? And like a lot of the times like guys will tell me stuff like, I really like you, but you're just too loud, or you're super funny. I think you're super funny, but just like I couldn't date a girl that was like funnier than me, or like or like this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite. You'd be so much funnier if you were a guy. And I've had my fair share of experiences with boys, and I don't really want to talk about it too much because I also don't want to like give the idea that like I don't want those people to come back and be like, "Are you talking about me?" But you know what? My podcast, my world, baby. So let's talk about it, shall we? But sorry, there's really not much to talk about. But like, I just truly like through my experience with boys, like I've either gotten, you're so hot, but like you talk too much, or you're not that pretty, but you're like super funny. You're super funny. I've always been the funny friend. I've always been that friend that you go out on that double date with your other friend, and that guy's like, I mean, she's cool, but she's really funny. She's super funny. She's super funny. Super funny. I tell you, a real knee slapper. Like they really try to ground themselves in the fact that I'm super funny, as if it's like an insult to be like, you're not funny. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but like a lot of the time, like I don't get a chance because I'm too much, or I'm too loud, or you talk too much, or you always have to disagree, or this and that and third. And I have not, I don't want to say endured because it's really not that bad. I like a rejection. I don't care. But I've gone through that, and I don't care because guess what? Guess what? That's who I fucking am, yo. And if you don't love me, leave me. Leave me. Because that's who I am. That's who I am. People are gonna be like, "Oh, she's annoying," or "She's this," and I've already gotten a lot of negative energy from these videos. I've gotten a lot of negative emails, but it's fine with me because that's who I am. And I know that a lot of people, like a lot of peers that I have problems with me because I'm very like I will sit there and comment on the fact that your mama went bankrupt, but when do you want to fight me? Oh, I don't want to do that. And it's very sad. It's very sad. It's very sad. I know. However, I I genuinely am that person though, because like I will talk shit about you, or if you even want to consider it talking shit, because I personally don't. Especially if it's something that's true. If this is something that's true and factual and really fucking happened, yo, there should be no problemo. There should be no problemo, because like for example, okay, if I got caught in the bathroom with a penis in my mouth, and everybody was like, "Yo, she got caught in the bathroom with a penis in her mouth," they wouldn't be like, "Oh, you talking shit? You're talking shit, yo. You talking shit about me?" They'd be like, "You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say?" So if you're mad at me because it's a lie, okay, I get it. I understand. Like I will take the punch in the face or whatever. But if you're mad at me because it's the truth, you're getting mad at me because it's the truth. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Like fighting somebody for saying something that was true is like fucking for virginity. Like it's not it's not gonna reciprocate the way you think it's gonna reciprocate. You know what I'm trying to say? And like I'm not trying to be like, oh my god, I talk shit but I don't fight. Like it's not against me to rip a fucking bitch's ear off. It's not against me, 100% not against me. But just like I don't really enjoy being that ghetto because I was raised ghetto. I was raised around a lot of ghetto ass shit, and like now, like I obviously I moved out of the ghetto. We left the ghetto, and I like transformed my brain to not have that ghetto fucking mindset anymore. You want it, you have it, I want it, it's mine. I had to let that shit go. And so I did all that I could, made all the character developments that was needed and necessary to better myself. And then I jumped back in, and everybody wanted to be fucking ghetto. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Huh? Because in my head, I'm like, it's unattractive to be ghetto. It's stupid. There's no point. Why would I want to be ghetto? I don't want to be ghetto. I don't want to be ghetto. I don't want to be ghetto. And so I like pushed myself not to be like white because I'm not trying to be racist, but to just not have that ghetto grimy ass fucking mindset. But yeah. Sorry, I had to talk to my Nana. But yeah, I dropped that mentality when I moved away, and then I started going to like middle school and high school, and that mentality is like idolized now. Now it's like it's hot shit to be that ratchet bitch. And like, I mean, no shade to like bitches who are ratchet. Like you make it work. Whatever makes you feel beautiful. Keep on, partner, keep on. But it's just not for me. It's not my world. It's not my role. It's not. I can't do it. Like I couldn't fit into that slipper if I chopped 6 toes off. Like it's just not gonna. And like it's really, it what bothers me now is like it's really idolized to be like loud and to be like fucking crazy as fuck. You know, to be on that crazy shit. It's really idolized to be on that crazy, that batshit insane bullshit. You know, it's really idolized to do that. And I spent a lot of time in my room alone trying to cut that shit out, trying to cut it out of my life. Because like, don't get me wrong, like I can get very loud. I can get very loud. Like I'm Hawaiian and Samoan. Let's take it there by all means. But I choose not to. I choose not to. You know, violence is not the answer. It's not the answer, y'all. But yeah. All jokes aside, I truly just choose not to because I want to know that there's another way to solve things. And like, Lord forbid someday I have children of my own, gremlins of my own. I would like to be able to be like, hey, you know, there's not violence is not always the answer, but sometimes it is. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Sometimes violence is the answer. Sometimes it's not though. Sometimes it's not. And you know, I really be betting on the fact that it's not because I really don't like violence. I don't like it. I don't like it because like, you know, you can like play family, you can like play volleyball, we can play pretend, but you can't play fight. You know what I'm trying to say? Like you can't play violence. It's not cute. It's not funny. And yeah, like I said, I got nothing against the bitches that are ready to rumble whenever. However, I got nothing against you guys. By all means, keep up the good work, shoddy. But yeah, I just don't like that it's idolized now because when it was me, you know, a couple of years back, when it was me a couple of years back, I was loud and obnoxious and annoying. You know, like what is this bitch on? What is your fucking problem? But now today in today's world, it is cute, quirky, and it's a green flag. Oh my god, when she's loud, when she's violent, when she's domestically abusing me, like I love getting abused. Like, huh? Huh? Like, people today are not seeking peace. They want war. They you want problems. Like, people are not like, oh, I want to be in a relationship and I want to be at peace with that. You know, I just want somebody who brings peace in my life, like I bring peace in. There's no. You motherfuckers are like, I want somebody who brings problems. I want you to bring problems, violence, war, confrontation. I want all of those things. And if you're not bringing that to me, bitch, you're boring. You're boring. I said, oh, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. In front of my people like this? You're gonna embarrass me? Like, it really just gets me going. That really gets me going because, like, why now? Why now? Like, when I was in, like, the fifth grade, when I was in, like, elementary school, from elementary school to, like, sixth grade, I was so fucking loud, yo. Like, I was so loud. I don't want to say ratchet, but I was just so loud and grimy. Like, I really had no, like, no morale, truly. And it was all about me. It was all about me. I was doing whatever I wanted to get whatever I want, and I was doing it very well. But like, obviously, I knew that was wrong, so I was like, okay, let me cut this shit out. Maybe it's not great to bark at every single fucking person who barks at me, and the world hit me with a fucking culture shock. And apparently, that is admirable now, to be like, to be that way, you know. And I keep saying, no shade to them or like no hard feelings to those people that do that, to those women that are heavy on, you know, being loud and ratchet. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Keep it up. And I keep emphasizing on that because I don't say this in the sense of like, oh, and the bitches that still do that shit, you guys are dumb as fuck. No. Keep it up. Continue the tradition, please. Because if not you, then who? But what I am saying is, everybody is different. Okay, everybody is very, very different. Very, very different. And you need to appreciate people for their differences, you know? Like, don't don't go to somebody who, like, a woman who is like truly like grown and grit and grimy and fucking ratchet and ghetto, and go up to her and be like, you don't speak proper English. Sad. And I'm not saying you don't speak proper English. Like, you know what I'm trying to fucking say. Like, stay within your bounds. Stay within your bounds. Like, don't expect something different from somebody who has never been that to begin with. You know, like don't find somebody who is different from everybody else in so many ways, in so many great, beautiful ways, and then start treating them like you would treat everybody else. You know, like she looked like every other bitch. If she don't look like every other bitch, why are you treating her like every other bitch? Like, let's like, huh? Huh? Like, if you're like, oh my god, you're so different. That's what I love about you. Let's keep having this conversation, baby, because I'm pretty sure the difference that you, the same thing you love about me, you about to hate. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the same thing that makes you cry. I mean, the same thing that makes you laugh is the same thing that makes you cry. You know. But I hope you get what I'm preaching. I hope you get it. But all jokes aside, whatever makes you happy, whatever you can do for yourself that fulfills you or makes you feel like this is the right thing to do, fucking do it. Don't let anybody stand in your way. Do it. But yeah, those are just my little rants for the week. How many are there? 32. I counted them myself. Um, but thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, as always. Like I said, I'm gonna try and post consecutively, week after week. But I just really don't think, I don't. I know that not a lot of people listen to these, which is fine with me because it's not for me. It's not about the like thousands of people that could possibly listen. For me, it is the one person in their room listening to this, thinking, "Oh my god, bitch, you get me, you get me." That is who I'm out for. So, thank you for listening. If you are in your room alone and it is dark and you're listening to this, there's a ghost behind you. No, I'm kidding. But once again, thank you so much for listening. Please come back next week. I promise there will be more. There will be something there for you to watch. Um, I have linked my social media and my email. Talk to me. I'm here. I'm here if you want to talk, or if you want to complain, or if you want to sing, or if you want to sing me a bedtime story. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Um, if you didn't like it, share, tell a friend. If you did like it, share, tell a friend. Much love, much aloha. Thank you so much, and until next time.